Okay guys, welcome to this quick 5-minute revision of Ozymandias. This is going to be a quick analysis, key quotes and interpretations. So this is like the shorter version of the longer video that I released earlier on this week. But yeah, this is like if you're in a rush, because let's admit it, who amongst us hasn't done some last minute revision or has had no idea what was happening and then ran into an exam. So yeah, we're going to jump straight in, like try to give you some idea what's going on. Okay, so this has like the same kind of content and structure as the longer video, but I'm gonna whiz through it. If you've got more than 5 minutes, by all means pause it, have a read through. So a very quick overview of Ozymandias is that a statue has been uncovered of an old ruler. He's portrayed as powerful, cruel and arrogant. Ironically, the statue is in ruins and has been forgotten. So this kind of irony is something that we see a lot in Ozymandias, because he thought he was this incredible, powerful, like arrogant kind of ruler, but in modern day, what happened was, yeah, he's basically been forgotten. Nobody knows who he is anymore. So let's jump straight into context. So it was written by Shelley in 1819, and what had happened was a large statue of Ramses II, an Egyptian pharaoh, had been uncovered, and we see references to ancient Egypt. So that was actually written on the pedestal, was actually referenced in the poem too. It's written as a sonnet, which is a structure. So basically it's like a love poem, which is also like a dig at the ruler's ego. It also has an irregular rhyme scheme. Remember that, because it kind of symbolizes how broken the statue is. In terms of themes, we explore the power of man and the power of nature. The power of man is demonstrated by references to basically, who Ozymandias was, the kind of power he had, but also the power of nature, because ultimately it kind of destroyed civilization, and the power of nature outlasted the power of man. Okay, so this is the poem itself. If you haven't read it, take a second, pause it, give 30 seconds, give it a skim, and then we're going to jump straight into the actual analysis. Okay, so firstly, we kind of learn about the state of the statue. It says it's two vast and trunkless legs of stone, which uses imagery to kind of create this idea that there's like a lack of solid foundation, and the statue itself is unstable. Nobody took care of it, but it was big, because you know that through the word of vast. It's also standing in the desert, which again uses imagery to kind of like show that there's no one around, and it kind of pictures them all alone. The use of half sunk and a shattered visage lies kind of shows that the statue has been abandoned, nobody's basically taking care of it, and it's kind of like it's in a horrible state. It's forgotten. It's it hasn't been taken care of the same way his legacy was also forgotten. We learn about who Ozymandias was and what he was like through frown, wrinkled lip, and sneer of cold command, which uses semantic field to kind of create a really negative impression of the ruler. It shows that he's powerful, yet his arrogance. His arrogance is shown again when he calls himself the King of Kings, and the King of Kings here is basically like a reference to like him being so powerful that not only is he king, he's a king of kings. He's the ruler of the rulers, which again shows like the illusion of the power that he held. Irony is shown through look on my works, ye mighty in despair. The use of the exclamation mark changes the tone. It kind of creates a really confident tone, and it is basically saying, look at my civilization, look at everything I have, which is ironic because the only thing left around him now is the desert. And then Shelley kind of also references with nothing beside remains. The fact that he said that nothing beside remains, it's like that use of the short sentence here kind of changes the structure. So he's saying, he kind of uses that as a parallel. So in one sense it's like Ozymandias being so proud of what he has, and in the other sense Shelley's like, yeah, by the way, none of that exists anymore. Then we go on to colossal wreck, which basically uses addiction to show exactly the extent of the decay. And then we have alliteration in the end, which ends with boundless and bare, and lone and level sands stretch far away. So the use of alliteration of boundless and bare and lone and level sands basically kind of used to portray exactly how empty the desert is. And it's kind of ironic that the statue is shouting about how great he is, but in actual fact there's no one around to listen anymore. Nobody cares anymore. Everyone's forgotten his legacy, and in the end the only thing left that's truly remaining is nature. Okay, so guys, the underlined sections are basically the key quotes. I definitely think if you're doing some last minute revision and like just about to jump into exam, you may not have to remember every single one of these, but you can kind of go with the interpretations that you remember. Go with the quotes that really make the most sense to you. Go with the ones that you'll be able to really like milk an answer out of. But I've highlighted all the ones that I think are quite important. I kind of give you like the gist of what the actual poem is about. So the first one kind of basically shows the state of the statue. That's including the second one as well. The third one, with frown, wrinkled lip, and sneer of cold command, basically shows that Ozymandias was arrogant. King of Kings again shows arrogance. Look on my works, ye mighty in despair, and then nothing beside remains. It shows the irony. And then colossal rec shows it again the state of the statue, and known level stance, it kind of ends in a way which basically shows that Ozymandias has been forgotten. Okay guys, so that is like the end of our video. Good luck with the rest of your revision. I really hope your exams go well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and if you have any other interpretations, any other like tips like to remember things really quickly, please leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't speak too fast, and yeah, so subscribe guys. I'll speak